What's up, everyone? Welcome back. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Chris, and it's that time of the week for my melting basket, what I melted this past week. Like I said in my last week's video, I was going to focus on melting my warm, cozy scents from the Candle Nurse, so that's where my focus was this week, but there's a few other things sprinkled in, but not much. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to take this all out of the basket, get it sorted out, and let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so got one Scentsy, and that's because it was left over from the previous week, and I wanted to make sure. I don't like to leave things unmelted, like small amounts, so I'll just go ahead and I'll melt them again back to back just to finish it up. Anyway, this one here is from our Easter collection, and it's the Pink Prickly Pear. Now, Pink Prickly Pear is Sparkling Bubbles Visit-Top, a tangy pineapple, and prickly pear medley. I really like this one. I like it for my bathroom. I don't get the fizzy or the sparkling bubbles. I don't get the sparkling bubbles. Like, it doesn't come off fizzy to me. But I get a sweet green, watery green sweetness. So it's just very bright and clean, and I don't mean clean like cleaning, laundry or cleaning products. I just mean clean like clean notes. They're not muddled or complex or anything like that. They're just clean, pretty, fresh notes. So yeah, finished up that one. Then I also finished this one here, Miami Heat, which I had gotten from Stephanie from Steph Loves Life. Miami Heat is, here we go again with this tiny print. That's better. Inspired by the scent of Delano, Las Vegas, and Miami hotels. Black tea leaves, toasted figs, tonka bean, ground nutmeg, and neroli. So this is Miami Heat from L3. I enjoyed it. This was a bunt. It's very, you really pick up ginger in here. Is there, no, it's nutmeg. That is there. It's spicy, but yet when it's warm, it does give off that pretty hotel scent that you get, when you go into these higher end hotels. They all have like a fragrance. It's there, but it's not there. It was just really pretty, spicy. I'm trying to think if anything really stood out. And you do get the tea, so it's almost like it's like a chai tea. It's fragrant. It's wax. Am I struggling tonight here or what? I don't quite know how to describe this one. I don't remember how I described it last week, but, you could always rewatch that video. I'm just kidding. No. Anyway, it was pretty. You got the tea, the black tea, 100%. The neroli was there, but this is not floral. It was just spicy and soft and pretty. Okay. Ooh! Throwing my shit around. Case. I finished up this clam of chocolate orchid. Chocolate orchid is soft orchid, vanilla musk, and a nuance of chocolate. You guys, I don't even like smelling it on cold because when I first warmed this, I bought this. It's one of my, it was my first purchase from Kay's, and that was August of 2023. And I let this sit till I think it must have been around the springtime, April of last year. And now on cold, I wasn't crazy about it. I was like, oh, okay. But I was melting some of my K's, and I thought, oh, well, let me throw this in my bedroom. You guys, on warm, this becomes such a beautiful fragrance. It's soft and powdery. I can't even smell this to reference. I have to go back to my scent memory of it because it smells nothing like it does in the clam. It's soft and powdery and very feminine. And yes, there is just like the scent notes say, it's a nuance of chocolate. You don't really smell chocolate. It's just the sweetness. And you're just kind of like, what is that? And I think that's coming from the chocolate. So and there's just a little floral. This is not an overly floral bar. And the vanilla in it just gives it a warmth to it. It's beautiful. I absolutely love Chocolate Orchid from Kay's. Then I finished this souffle here of gingerbread ice cream cake from Teddy B's. Now, this one here, on cold, smells amazing. Creamy, rich gingerbread. On warm, for me, super, super, super weak. This is not, yeah. This one here would be a no for me. I have had it warming in my office and in my kitchen, and I smell it nowhere. This one was another one that, on cold, I thought, okay, but it is Rose Girls, and you know how I struggle with Rose Girls, especially when it comes to her bakery. Now, her fresh scents, that's a whole different story, but when it comes to her bakery and sweets, I don't know what it is. I cannot get them to throw. And I think Stephanie from Steph Loves Life sent me this as well, I think. And this is apple, cinnamon, and gingerbread eggnog. It's gingerbread, apple, cinnamon, and eggnog. Okay. So I wanted to go ahead and give this a warm. And on cold, I'm getting gingerbread, a little bit of the apple cinnamon. I can't say, well, there is a creaminess there, so that must be the eggnog. I warmed it in here and my kitchen. I couldn't smell it. It did not perform. I don't know what it is about Rose Girls in any of her bakeries. I don't know why. Because if I've had like her speechless blends and her fresh scents. Martha sent me Deer Camp, and I think Sterling had also sent me some Deer Camp, and it's beautiful. It works fantastic. I can't get her bakery to throw, so I don't really have a review for it because I couldn't smell it. Now this one I talked about last week. I melted it twice in my last melting, and I melted it again because I really enjoyed this one so much. Again, this was another one that was sent to me by Stephanie from Steph Loves Life, and this is Pie and Coffee from The Pharmacist's Daughter. I'm so thankful she sent this. I really am, because this is like, I think I will probably warm it one more time. I think, there's something about this wax. I love this one. And in the future, this is going to be one that I will pick up from The Pharmacist's Daughter. That and Coconut Crack. This reminds me of Halloween. I just feel Halloween every time I put my nose in here. It's like apple orchard on cold. When you warm it, you get the coffee, the espresso. Where is the scent notes here? I'll give you the exact scent notes. It's apple pie, sweet and creamy, and espresso. It's the perfect balance of apple pie and espresso. I am not a coffee person in wax. I don't mind it every now and again, but I'm not a crazy coffee person. I don't hate it, but I don't know. It's just a preference. But this is different because of that apple pie and that sweet and creamy. It's like the two blending together is just, it's fantastic. I mean, it's a perfect balance. I absolutely love this. You do. You get this warm apple pie coffee, but you're not smelling strong apple pie and you don't smell strong coffee. The blend together is what makes this remarkable. I'm loving this. Stephanie, I know I could smell on cold why you would have been like, this is a no. I just wonder if you warmed it. So let me know if you warmed it, because I'm on my like 4th time warming this already. I'm really liking this one a lot. So I'm curious, Stephanie, because like I said, I know you're not an apple girl. And I could see on cold why you would have been like, no. Because this doesn't smell like apple pie on cold. It smells like an apple orchard. But warmed up, man, I was just, yeah, this is good. I will probably warm it again. But I'll tell you what, if I do warm it again next week or this coming week, I won't put it in my reviews again. I already did it last week. I did it this week. All right, let's talk about some Candle Nurse. Yes, I did go in and I made a purchase. My list was 7. And I ended up choosing 2 more. I was mainly focusing in on scent notes that I liked. And I wanted to make sure I had like spring summery smells, right? So that's where my focus was, and I ended up with 9 different scents. I don't think any were a repeat. I don't remember. I had stuff that I had smelled by her samples and things like that, but 9 different scents, and one of them I had gotten 2 of. So I made an even 10, and I melted 10. Did I? Oh, I melted 9. I'm going to have to melt some more tomorrow. I want to keep the balance. I like this. I like the place I'm at with that vendor. I don't remember if it was $24.29. That seems to be a nice sweet spot. I'm just about there with Knowles, I believe, and Lavender and Speckles. It seems to be a good place, and that's going to be my focus now, is to get my vendors, the ones that I like, and I want to get them all at around 30. And I got to work on my Scentsy here. Sometime soon, I'm going to do a big Scentsy melt. I'm just going to start melting my Scentsy. My Scentsy bars, I can't remember. I think the last time I looked, I want to say they're at about 300 and maybe 380 bars. That's too much. So I think I would like to have all my vendors, my favorite vendors, at right around 30. And I would like to have my Scentsy probably hovering around 75 to 100 on hand. And I think that, for me, is going to be the perfect sweet spot, I think. All right, let's talk about what I did melt from Candle Nurse. So, we're going to start with this one. The first one is Lady in White. Now, the Lady in White is a Beach After Dark, which is her house blend of beach nights, salty pretzel, whipped cream, and wedding cake. First of all, I have found that I am really loving pretzel in wax. It just does something to them. Just a good additive to a bakery blend. This was so good. It was like a salty and creamy pretzel because you got that cake note in there. It's sweet, and the whipped cream making it just creamy and sweet, a little salty in the pretzel, and then you had behind it that Her Beach After Dark, which just adds a little bit of a sophisticated perfuminess to it, kind of like marshmallow clouds, right? You know, marshmallow clouds just has that ever so slight perfume note to it. This was good. Really good. Loved the pretzel. I really enjoyed this one. Then I did Strawberry Fields. Now, I know I was trying to focus more on the smokier and wintry type cozy scents, but whatever. Strawberry Fields. Now, Strawberry Fields is strawberry jam, strawberry shortcake, and vanilla bean. Now, I remember when we did our live with Emily, I had asked her about this one, and that's why I bought it. Because I didn't know, because you know how I am with the strawberry. I like that sweet, sugary, fresh strawberries, like a bowl of strawberries or frozen, and you put the sugar in it, it just starts to they start to sweat. All that juice starts to sweat out and mix with the sugar, and it's just so good. And then you've got what I find in most of the strawberry pound cakes, which is that syrupy, kind of an artificial strawberry. I don't like that. This here was good. It was not like like Quickie Wedding. You all know I love Quickie Wedding. That type of strawberry. But it wasn't that. It wasn't that fresh, juicy, sugary strawberry. But it wasn't the artificial strawberry either. It was just it was like strawberry jam. That's what it says here. It's like if you opened up a jar of strawberry preserves, that's what it was like. Homemade strawberry jam, if you've ever made homemade strawberry jam, it had that kind of, so it was very sweet strawberry, but you got those cake notes in there, and it was really good. Really good. Yeah, this was pretty. This was pretty, and this would be something I would purchase again. Absolutely. All right, then we have, this one was good. Oh, was this good? King. This one here is Crackling Birch, By the Fireplace, Sugar Cookie Royale, and Pink Sugar. You guys, I'm not even sure what to say about it. Oh my God. All right. There was like a yin and yang here. Sweet. And then not sweet. If that makes, you know what? I don't know what I'm talking about. You think I was drinking tonight, and I wasn't. All right. I'm trying to think how this was when I remember going into my living room and just breathing it in. First of all, By the Fireplace is a beautiful perfume by Replica. It's woody. It's smoky. There's like a chestnut in there. I think there's a little clove and orange blossom. And what else is in By the Fireplace? A guaiac wood. Vanilla. So you've got this smoky, woody smell with just it's smoky woody, but it's also perfume. Plus you have the pink sugar. And then add on top of that a little bit of that crackling birch, which gives it some more wood and fiery smoky. And the sugar cookie royale just gives it just this punch of sweet, warm bakery. And it's just, this was so nice. I have a very hard time describing Emily the Candle Nurse's wax because it is, they're complex and they're complex like a fine perfume, you know. There's the scent notes and the way they all just come together. It's just turns into this incredible fragrance. Okay, then I have Santal Royale, which is smoke, amber, cocoa, vanilla, cedar, spices, musk, and sandalwood. Again, like I said, I have a hard time describing her wax because it's unique and different and beautiful and sophisticated and oh my God. All right, I get like a sweetness here, and I think it's the sandalwood sweet that I'm picking up. It's sweet, but not like sugar. It's sweet wood, like fresh wood, and you've just put the, you know, you waxed it, and you could smell that sweetness coming off that sweet wood, which is sandalwood. Sandalwood is a sweet wood. I don't know if I got smoke in here or not. I don't remember smoke. I just remember a sweet, woody, beautiful scent with just a touch of musk there. I do remember picking up the cocoa note when it was melting. I loved it with that vanilla. It just kind of made it smooth. It was smooth and creamy, sweet woods. It's beautiful. Santal Royale. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Is that, yeah. All right, then there was this one here. This one here, I remember when I bought it, it was a wild card for me. And that is the Long Winter's Night. Okay? And when I read you the scent notes, you'll know why it was a wild card. I did not buy this saying, oh, I want to try it. I bought it as a wild card. Well, I did buy it as I want to try it. But it was my wild card just to see, you know, because I've always been testing the waters with the trees. This is pine, fir, lemon, marine, mint and eucalyptus, musk, sandalwood, patchouli, cedarwood, vanilla, Palo Santo, and fire-roasted marshmallows. Wow. Okay. Didn't hate it. What I was picking up, though, was the mint. It was in there amongst those trees when it was melting. So I think for me, if I believe all the scent notes here were good, I think if the mint wasn't present, I would have loved it. But that mint was there and I was kind of like, okay. And I would try to like put it out of my scent, you know, receptors and just grab all the other scents. And you did pick up that pine tree needle and you did get a little bit of a lemoniness from it. Atmosphere, watery air, oh God, it's just so hard. A little bit of fieriness from the fire roasted, not fiery, but smokiness from those fire roasted marshmallows. It was very, very pretty. And it was perfect because it was cold that night. It was like in the 30s. It was cold and it was raining. And this was actually perfect for that particular day. I melted this. The addition of that marine and patchouli, I really enjoyed this. I think I would probably buy it again. Or if Emily ever starts doing customs, if you're watching, Emily, if you ever decide to do that one day, I may request this exact same blend without mint. Because the eucalyptus, I think, gave it enough. But anyway, Long Winter's Night, very good. Okay, this one here, this one was really good. Wasteland. Okay? I like this one. Sour cherry, saffron, osmanthus, olive, apricot, and wood smoke. Guys, this is nice. I have this going in my living room right now. How do I explain it? Again, I'm at a loss for words. It's different. And I remember going to my living room and I smelled it, and I went further into the living room. I just kind of stood in the middle of the room just going, what is it? What is that? It just smells earthy. It smells a little woody. It smells a little bit smoke. And then you get this pop of a fruit note with it. It's just really unique, different. I love it. It's not a powerhouse. None of these are actually powerhouse, in your face fragrances. They are just there. Her scents seem to just linger. They linger in the air. And this one here, yeah, it's like I said, you get this woodiness to it, a little smoky, a little on the earthy side, and then a pop of fruit, and that's the sour cherry and that apricot. And the olive, I don't know, because I don't know what olive smells like per se in an oil. This is great. I love Wasteland. This is a good one. Again, these are pretty much wintry scents. Then we got the Cellar. This was my first love. This was in one of my first orders, because I ordered it again when she had it. I'm pretty sure the first time I ordered from her was April or May of last year, and this was in it. Okay. It's mulled apples, fresh fig, rosy nuances of pink pepper, warm musk, and cedarwood. When I first smelled this, I lost my mind. I was like, what is this? It is incredible. Or did I get a sample and lost my mind and went and bought 4 bags? Because, yeah, I still got more of it. This smell is so... I will forever be reminded of Emily and the Candle Nurse with this scent. I have never smelled anything like it in wax or candle, nothing. This isn't wine per se. And it was called the Cellar. This is more like... I'm trying. I'm struggling here. There's the sweetness here. You get the sweetness from the apples, but this does not smell like apples. But it's sweet, and it's just, I'm just picturing it. I'm picturing it's like how I'm. So you've got these beautiful apples that have been simmering in mulling spices. Some cinnamon, some clove. I don't smell nutmeg. I get more sweet spice. It's sweet. And you get this, again, you get that beautiful cedar wood. So there's a woodiness there. It's sweet and woody and spicy. It's gorgeous. It was my first love from the Candle Nurse, and I think it will always be. I could just sit here and just keep smelling this. It's beautiful. Yeah. I know. I'm again. I apologize. For me. I don't know how to describe her scents. I really don't. Aquaman D. Get yourself some Aquaman D. This was so good. All right, it's vanilla bean Noel type, fire roasted marshmallows, salty sea air, and roasted pine cones. You know what? This was top notch. I think what I loved about this was you really got salty sea air. And you got this roasted pine cones. And the marshmallows and that vanilla bean kind of intertwined with these two opposite scents, you know, salty air and roasted pine cones. And it just, your nose was kind of like, am I outside? Am I outside near the ocean, or am I in the middle of a forest? It was fantastic. To me, I would melt this in the summer as well as the winter, because you get that salty sea air really kind of rounds it out to where you can melt this all year long and feel like it belongs. God, it's beautiful. Creamy and sweet, but you got that saltiness from that salty air, because there's a saltiness to it. Almost a little bit of a cologne note. Almost, but not quite. Which I think makes it even more beautiful. Okay, Aquaman D. Fantastic. I think she named this one after her husband. I'm pretty sure. And then last but not least, we've got Ashes to Ashes. And I did this in my bedroom 2 times. This here is another amazing scent. This is again by the fireplace type. Smoky vanilla embers and toasted marshmallows, sugar cookie royale, and Palo Santo. You just get this beautiful, sophisticated, creamy bedroom scent. It's, in my eyes, to me, to my nose, this is a bedroom scent. It is warm and cozy and comforting and sexy, sophisticated. First of all, what you have to know about the Candle Nurse is her wax is just straight up sophistication. Oh, man. Like, even her bakery isn't just like chocolate chip cookies or, you know, zucchini bread and strawberries or something. I'm just making something up. Even her bakery is sophisticated. She does, I don't know. Put it this way. If you haven't tried the Candle Nurse yet, order yourself a few things. Okay? Just go. She a lot of times has stuff that's ready to ship. Go pick 1, 2, 3 things and just try it. And then you'll understand why I can't explain it. Ashes to ashes. You get that by the fireplace. Again, you get that smoky, fiery smoky wood with chestnutty and smooth vanilla. And the marshmallows here, the toasted marshmallows make this so creamy and sweet. But yet you still get that by the fireplace. And you get a little more smokiness because there's smoky vanilla in here. If I had more, I'd probably melt this again before, because it's still cold here. I said that before. Anyway, I know. I'm sorry, you know. Ashes to ashes. Amazing. Amazing. Yeah. So that's what I warmed. Again, I apologize. I just couldn't get it together because that's what her wax does to me. All I smell is just beautiful smell. It's so hard to just put it all into words. It's very pretty. Anyway, that's what I got. What were your favorites this week that you warmed? Did you do any Candle Nurse? Did you take part in her pre-order? Looking forward to that one. Anyway, thank you for watching. I appreciate you, and I appreciate the time you take out of your day, your lives, your busy schedule, and you watch a video I've uploaded. Almost at my 1,000 subscribers. So please, please, please comment, like, and subscribe. Helps my channel grow, gets the channel seen. Yeah, tell your friends, share the videos, and yeah. So anyway, have a great day, great week, great night, weekend, whenever you happen to be watching, and we will chat again real soon. Bye-bye.